Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. We are going to do a video I've been wanting to do for a long time. It's how to style vintage brooches. Now, brooches are the accessory with infinite possibilities. There really is a brooch for every occasion. Vintage brooches can show off your personality. They can make you stand out in a crowd because not that many people wear them. They also can be a form of dopamine dressing, okay? So we're gonna put a pin in that, and we'll get back to the idea of dopamine dressing later. I was so inspired by the Met Gala this year. The theme was super fine, tailoring Black style. It explores the history of Black dandyism and its influence on modern culture and fashion. And the dress code for the gala was tailored to you. I would also like to point out that this year's Met Gala broke all their records and raised the most money they ever have. I love the gala every year. You get to see the pinnacle of a year's work of so many creative people, artists, designers, stylers, event planners. This really is kind of like a creative Super Bowl. And in dark times like this, uncertain times, in times where diversity, we're literally watching it being squashed. I find so much inspiration and activism and downright resistance in celebrating these pinnacles, these absurdities, these beautiful creations that are just the top of what humankind can do, and embracing diversity. The main brooch of the evening was the 1950s style prong set, clear rhinestone brooch. Now, if you're going to search for something like this, great keywords to use are clear rhinestone, circle brooch, snowflake brooch, starburst brooch, 1950s brooch, and prong set clear rhinestone brooches. Combinations of that should bring up styles similar to this. You can also add some variation to the clear rhinestone brooch. You can add different shapes and styles that give it kind of like a different vibe. There were lots of different shapes and styles present at the Met Gala. And you also can get brooches that have different colorways in them. So you can still do prong set rhinestone brooch, and then you can search for the colors that you're looking for. The great thing about the clear rhinestone is it really goes with any color. The different shapes can evoke different feelings, from atomic to regal to ultra feminine. You can even add your favorite animal as a quirky little addition. The next big style option that was showcased was the brooch cluster. Now, this can be kind of intimidating to style, a little bit overwhelming. What I like to do is I like to take brooches that are similar in some way. Similar in color, similar in size, similar in style. And I also like to do it in odd numbers. So 3 and 5, I find are very visually pleasing ways to style a brooch cluster. Now, you can do a standard cluster where you just put the brooches together any way you want, or you can take your brooch cluster and you can follow the line of your lapel down. This is a very easy way to make sure they look like they're placed correctly by following the architecture of your clothing. There were also brooches that kind of hung down and looked like they dangled. That could be very regal. There were also some that kind of looked like they were stacked. It almost looked like an insignia or a merit, and you can achieve this look very easily. The brooches you stack together can even be eclectic, and it's still going to give that same kind of look with that straight up and down stack. Now remember, I would do this with 3 or 5 brooches. It's going to be more visually pleasing. Now let's broach the subject of dopamine dressing with brooches. The brooch clusters are a great way to do this. Life is infinitely better if you add a little bit of absurdity. You can take brooch clusters and you can theme them something that's to you, to your personal self. They don't have to look fancy and stylish. They can actually look a little quirky, a little fun and playful, bright colors. There is a lot of things you can do with brooch clusters that really just kind of showcase your personality and can just kind of make you happy. Now, if you're looking for brooches like these, you're going to want to use the word enamel flower brooches. Vintage enamel flower brooches is what you search to find brooches like these. You can put in the colors you're looking for. You can also put in 1960s vintage enamel brooches, and that'll give you brooches with like a more mod kind of look coming up. So those are great keywords if you're looking for fun brooches like this. And speaking of flower brooches, some of the flower brooches that were being worn were more elegant. And you can absolutely style flower brooches that are more of an elegant type of design. They look really good following your lapel. Also, some of the flower brooches were a big, larger flower. And a really cool way to kind of jazz this up, these flower pins are pretty easy to find, but if you want to give it that extra little oomph, you can put a sparkly brooch right in the middle, and it takes it over the top. Now, you can even add that dangling chain detail. That was very, very popular with the different brooch clusters. It kind of symbolized a chatelaine or like a pocket watch. And if you don't have a brooch that has that dangle in it, that's the two-part brooch, you can get that look by taking a bracelet and looping it through two different brooches. So you can kind of cheat that look. You could also use a vintage necklace if you want the dangle to be a little longer. Now, when we look at Sabrina Carpenter, hers is actually more of like a sweater clip. So that's what she has there. So if you're looking for something like she had, the search term you're going to want to look up is sweater clip. And you can use a sweater clip the more traditional way, where the sweater clip actually holds together your cardigan. Are you dumbing up, sir? Wouldn't be one of my videos without a cat in it. Oh my gosh, he's wiggling the camera. Sweetie, come on. Come on. Oh, hey, sweet baby boy. This is my blind baby boy, Captain Jack. He just loves to be involved whenever I am doing something. So he just has to be involved in the video. You like a good brooch, don't you, sir? Yes. Oh, he's purring. Oh, okay, baby. I'm going to have to put you down, okay? Oh, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. Also, having brooches at the collar or at the middle of the neck was very popular in this night. Such an easy look to do. You can use a single brooch. You can pin up your collar and hold it with a single brooch. You can also hold a sweater or cardigan together with a single brooch at the top. You can also use a larger brooch as a type of tie tack, and you can place it either in the middle of the tie or on the top of the tie. The possibilities are kind of endless. And putting a brooch at the top of your collar, just because of the balance and because of the high neck, can look very, very formal, very stunning. There's also other items that you can use at the top of your collar that will still work that aren't brooches. You can use shoe clips, you can use fur clips, you can use sweater clips, you can also use scarf pins. So there are lots of items you can use at the top of your collar. You can also get a brooch that's called a duet. I saw a few of those on the carpet. Absolutely gorgeous. Those are a bit more expensive, but they're a two-piece brooch. Very stunning. Great to add the attention right to your neck, right in the middle there. Now, here's a good hack. If you don't have sweater clips and you want to do the clips on the lapel, just take a pair of clip-on or screw-back earrings. They come in pairs. They're pretty easy to find at thrift stores and antique shops, and you can put them on your collar and they work just as well as sweater clips. And they're much easier to find than the matching brooches. Vintage clip-on earrings are everywhere. One thing I really loved at the Met Gala is they used brooches to like accent different parts of their outfit. I thought that was very architecturally interesting. I absolutely loved it. I saw brooches going down a cape, so beautiful. And I also loved how Mindy Kaling and Simone Biles had dresses where it almost looked like their buttons were big, blingy brooches. And that is a look you can absolutely recreate. You can put brooches over the tops of your buttons on a dress. How stunning! Now, one of my personal favorite ways to wear brooches is to style them on a purse. I typically style them on a purse with a scarf, but you can also style them on a clutch in the center as like a focal point. The bling looks great on a purse. Oh my goodness, and don't forget hats. Katie from Vintage and Vinyl will kill me if I forget to mention hats. You can wear brooches in almost any way on a hat. You can also use brooches in your hair. I think that looks gorgeous. And did you see that gorgeous thing that Pamela Anderson had on her ear? Absolutely gorgeous. Now that's a custom piece for sure, but you can fake that by putting like a dress clip on the top of your ear, or again, go for clip-on earrings. Same kind of blingy look, and you don't have to buy something specialty. Clip-on earrings are available anywhere. So that is a little trick to kind of get that look without having to look too hard. And that is all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'm just gonna broach the taboo subject. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and please subscribe to my channel. It really helps my channel grow and helps me out. All right, y'all, stay creative and bye.